Hello there, and a warm welcome to the Essentially Software channel. My name is Ian, and as always, I'm your host. And in this channel, we like to try and find the best software for you, so you don't have to. In today's video, we're going to look at MonSpark, which is a way to basically audit your website and make sure that the uptime is great, and also create alerts so that way, if your website was to go down or anything was to happen, then you would know way in advance, or when it happens, so that way you can fix it and get it all sorted. Anyway, if you've got any burning questions, then feel free to put them in the comments below. And don't forget, if you use the link in the description, then that takes you directly to the software. And in most cases, you get a great discount as well. Anyway, let's get into it, shall we? Okay, so here we are on the MonSpark dashboard. Now, the way it works is that you sign up for a free trial, or if you want to go straight into the paid version, you can, if you know you're going to use the software. And then you have to input the website that you want to track. So in this case, I've inputted my website, essentially software.com, and then it came up with straight into this, which is the intuitive dashboard, essentially. Now, as you can see, it's fairly simple to navigate around, but I'm going to take a little bit of time just to navigate around for you, just so you can see what it's all about. But of course, you do have the free trial, and you have a certain amount of monitors that you can create and that kind of thing anyway, but just so you know what the software is talking about, really. So basically, the idea with this software is essentially that you want to make sure that your website is always up and running, and you want to make sure that the security on it is high level and all that kind of stuff, so that you know, when people are going to your site, if they get some kind of error or something like that, then basically that means you've lost a customer at the end of the day. It could easily mean you've lost a customer, because somebody could go to that website, if they see it's down and you haven't known about this. You know, there's been times I've got an email through and it said that my site has been hacked or something like that, and I got it like a couple of days afterwards. Or I'll be sending out emails to clients or something, and I'll say check out the website, and then they'll just come back and they'll say, oh, there's no website. But you know, in that case, the client came back to me and said that. But what happens if you weren't alerted about it, if you didn't know, which in most cases you don't find out because there's no monitoring system, unless it's built into, you know, your actual your website where you're hosting it or whatever. So this is a great system to be able to let you know when you have downtime and that kind of thing. Now, basically, if you look here, this is the dashboard. There's a lot of things that are on this dashboard, so I'm not going to go through all of them, the same as I'm not going to go for all the monitors. You can have a look at this yourself. But like, for instance, here it says you've got your valid SSL, so you know that your SSL is valid. So if you're having issues with it, then you know. And the SSL is basically to make sure that the website is secure. People trust it better when a website has an SSL certificate. You've got your monitors there, which is just one monitor, which is that monitor which I've added in at the moment, and you can add up to 5, I believe, for the trial method. You've got your global uptime. In this case, mine is 100%, so I'm really happy with that. So that's good. So that means that it's never gone down so far. And obviously, depending on what that is, you can tweak different settings and stuff like that so that you can make it better. Monitors with the most downtime, it tells you there, SSL certificates, the monitor status, and all that kind of thing. It tells you when the site went up and what's going on with it. And it's got an example monitor here for the status, the SSL expiry, and all that kind of stuff there. So that is your main dashboard just here. And then if you want to get into the monitor side of things, then you come to here and you click on monitors. Now, basically here you can create monitors for any of these things. So you've got your uptime monitor, which you've already spoke about, obviously, your screenshot monitor, lighthouse audits, which again, it's something you can learn about if you have a look on YouTube for lighthouse audits, then it tells you all about it. Domain expiration monitor, I think this is a key one right here, because you know, sometimes you're out and about and you know, I don't know, you might be traveling somewhere, for an example. I'll tell you a story about a friend of mine. Basically, just recently, he had a domain that was a really prime domain, really good, and he I guess he lost access to his email or something like that for a while, and he didn't even think about it. He didn't even think that that domain was attached to that email. So then what happened was, while he was out and about traveling and he hadn't had access to that email either, the company who was trying to bill him for his domain name, they actually billed him a couple of times, and his credit card had since changed as well because of the fact that he'd got a new one, etc, etc. So basically, the outskirts is that he didn't actually pay for his domain name. So after a month of trying to contact him, they just released his domain name, and somebody else bought his domain name. And then when he found out about this, he went back to try and buy his domain name back, and because of the fact that it was a premium domain name, like really good, he's had it for years, they wanted £28,000 just to buy it back. So therefore, that was absolutely crazy. It happened in real life. It could happen to you as well. So the great thing about this is you can set a domain expiration monitor. So therefore that means that you can get an alert to let you know that your domain is about to expire and you need to redo it. And it's not just this guy that it's happened to. I've heard of it happening to Google. Somebody actually managed to purchase Google in their country. It just happened, and Google had to fight to get it back. They did manage to get it back in the end, but it's just it's crazy stories like that you hear all the time. So it's great to be able to have that monitor. You've got your DNS monitor to make sure your DNS is right. You've got your IP Blacklist Monitor, which is awesome because it means that you can find out if your IP has been blacklisted. If any of the IPs have been blacklisted, they will come up in this monitor here. Your ping monitor, your whois monitor, and your cookie monitor, and others as well. So literally sitemap monitor, there's so many monitors that you can add. Remember, you can add up to 5 to start off with. Now, not only that, once you've done your you've got your monitors there, you've got your status page as well. So if you click on your status, you can actually put a page up to let people know the status of your website. So if your page was to go down, this status page would automatically come up. And you can let people know, oh, there's an outage at the moment or something like that, and all that sort of stuff. So it's kind of handy to be able to have, and you can literally do that by setting it up through this little widget just here. So that would automatically go into place. Not only you got your status pages, you got your surfaces as well. So this is to look at the entire website essentially. So you can look at a website to view its surface. So you've got your availability score, security score, and coming soon you've got SEO and integrity. What else have we got here? No, just those ones. So therefore you can look at the surface flow to see the availability and the security and all that kind of thing. And basically just have a look at it quickly so you can see what's going on, to make it sort of, if you're into those sort of charts and that kind of thing, then it makes it easier for you to see. Next up, you've got this, which is your integrations. Now, in your integrations, this is where you decide how you get contacted, essentially. Or if your website was to go down, you can get contacted through Slack, you can get through Microsoft Teams, SMS, however you want to do it. There's lots of different integrations here that you can use. You can even get a phone call to send you notifications by phone to let you know that the site has gone down for one reason or another, and therefore you need to sort it out and you need to fix it. Or maybe you want to know, like I said, that your domain's expiring. You can get a phone call as well to let you know all that kind of thing. So you've got Slack, Microsoft Teams, SMS, Discord, many other ones as well. You can create a monitor for your integrations as well there. Then you've got your profile, which is obviously letting you know about yourself, all the stuff that you've got there, what your billing is and all that kind of stuff. I don't really need to go through that. And then you've got your teams. Now in your team section, this is where you can invite other people into your dashboard, basically, so that way if you've got teams in your company that administer certain things, they can go into here, they can set up the alerts for you so you don't have to. Not that there's much knowledge needed to be able to do this. It's a fairly intuitive thing, and you literally just set up your monitors for each thing that you want to monitor, and then you get alerts depending on what happens. But you may want one of your team to do this. It's obviously easier to delegate it out and all that kind of stuff. So therefore you will add your teams into this page here. Then you've got your security. Now, the great thing I like about this place as well, the security aspect, they've also got install the Authenticator app, which I really like. When I come across a website that's got Authenticator app, then I know that it's a lot more secure, and it's a lot better in general, because the Authenticator or Authy or whatever you've got is really good for you to be able to add extra security layer to your things, essentially, that you are that you're doing your important stuff in, essentially. So that's your security just there. And then of course you've got your billing as well, and this is all your billing, so therefore it will let you know your plan that you're on and all that kind of stuff. So there you go. That's it for the MonSpark, and hopefully it's something that you will use in the future. So there you are, that is my little review of MonSpark. Now, if you want to get a great deal on it, don't forget to use the link in the comments below, and you can get a lifetime deal there rather than paying a monthly fee for it. So that's a great thing to be able to do. So check out the link in the comments or in the description as well. As of course, if you've got any comments, then feel free to leave them in the box below. What I like most about it is that it literally monitors everything that other websites don't monitor. So maybe you've got, your website on a certain server or something, and then you're paying hosting on that server, and then you've got your domains on a different one or something like that for a different company, that you're not necessarily going to get alerts from them. Or if you get email and then you lose, you've got so many emails to go through, maybe you miss the email, maybe it goes to spam, whatever. The point is that this can monitor everything for you, and it can even phone you to let you know what's going on, which I think is absolutely crazy, and I think it's real worth it if you've got a big business and you need that website up running all the time. But to be honest, even if you've got a small business, if you need that website website running because you sell products or something like that, that website goes down, you are losing money at the end of the day. And for the sake of, you know, whatever it is for the thing, I think it's like $69 for a lifetime membership or something like that, then you can guarantee that you've got alerts when your site goes down, and therefore you won't lose money on products that you could be selling at that time. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us. As always, as I said, if you've got a comment, put it in the box. Please make sure to subscribe and like the channel if you like the content, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye for now.